Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here. What do we got going on in the markets today? Well, we kind of have a down day. The Dow's down about 200. NASDAQ's down about 100. We had the election yesterday, and we're still waiting for the results to see who takes control of Congress. Now, I think the markets are still trying to find the bottom. Now, the Dow Jones has shot up above the 200-day moving average, but you'll notice the 50-day is well below the 200-day on the Dow. Now in the SPY, we're right at that 50-day and we're trying to get through it. We tried once before, failed. We're trying again. Now maybe we get a little push up here, but I do think the markets are going to come in. I think that the NASDAQ will actually make a new low. Now the NASDAQ is trailing behind the Dow, behind the SPY, well, it's just bringing up the rears what the NASDAQ's doing, and it's not doing a very good job of it. It's struggling. So I think the bottom is not here yet in the NASDAQ. Now I do think the bottom is here in the Dow, but I think we'll pull back towards the bottom, which will be a better buying opportunity. Now tomorrow we got the CPI index coming out, the consumer price index, and that could send the markets tumbling if that number comes out hot. I'm betting that we do get a pullback eventually, and maybe that pullback starts tomorrow. All right, let's move over to the real estate market. All right, so once again, I'm reading an article off of Yahoo, and well, they were asking real estate experts, should buyers purchase a home now or should they hold off? Now, these real estate experts, I would imagine a lot of them were real estate agents. Now, what do real estate agents always say? Well, they say it's a great time to buy a home. It's always a great time to buy a home. Real estate's always been a good investment. That's what they tell you. Well, I'd beg to differ. Okay, I disagree with that. It's not always a great time to buy a home. As a matter of fact, I think right now is one of the worst times in history to buy a home because of the affordability factor. We got high prices, we got high interest rates. Less than 16% of people in the United States could afford to buy a home. Even the home they're in, they couldn't afford to buy it because prices are unaffordable. I think it's a terrible time to buy. Now, if you go on and read the article, they would tell you that this is really a good time to buy because the inventory is starting to creep up, and so that you can make a better bargain than you could 6 months ago. You can negotiate for more things. You could negotiate that the sellers pay your closing costs. You could negotiate for a lot of things you couldn't get 6 months ago. Now, I do believe that's true, but I do believe you're going to be able to get a lot more if you wait 6 months from now. You see, just because it's better now than it was 6 months ago for a buyer to go out and negotiate, it's not a better time to buy. Those rates are still too high with the prices too high. Now, what we've had is a slowdown in housing, right? It's slowed down. Housing has come to a grind. Their transactions have gone way down. They're down about 40% year over year. Now, this always leads the decline in house sales always leads the decline in prices. The decline in prices is not here yet, but it's coming. Mark my words, but not according to this article. All right. Now, what they say is that now's a good time to buy because rents are going to continue to go up. That's what the experts say. Well, they would actually be wrong on that. Rents are starting to go down. As a matter of fact, we've got 2 down months in a row. They're starting to tumble in a downward direction. So rents are actually coming down. So that would be false that now's a good time to buy because rents are going to continue to go up. They're not continuing to go up, but that's what the article says. It's a good time to buy. All right, now they should buy now because they'll be able to refinance when rates go lower. I always love this. Now, there's no guarantee that rates are going lower, but the real estate estate agents, they're playing this game. They're playing this game right now. They're playing this game that, hey, it's a great time to buy. You can get a little lower price right now. And those rates are going to come right back down to 3%. I don't think they're coming down 3%. I think they're heading up to 10%. So I don't think that is a good argument that it's a good time to buy, but that's what the experts are saying all this. Now, okay, now we won't see any drastic price decline because there's no inventory. Oh, there's no inventory. That's what they always say. And there's not ever going to be anyone selling their home again because everybody's locked in. They're locked in at that 3% rate. Well, I'm telling you, people sell for a lot of different reasons, and I covered this in so many videos, that there's just because you have a 3% mortgage, when you get divorced, you don't go, oh, honey, let's keep the house and live in it, even though we're getting divorced because we got that 3% rate. You don't say that. You say, get me out of this house. We can't live together anymore. We have to sell. Yes, we're going to lose our 3% rate, but we're going out. Look, you get relocated from a job from New York to California or California to New York. You do not keep that house. You don't want that house. You want to sell. But Mike, we got a 3%. Shouldn't we keep the house and make it a rental? Good luck with that. Look, if people think that anybody can be a landlord these days, it's not the hardest thing to be a landlord. But when you are a landlord, I will tell you this, there is a learning curve and you will run into many problems. As soon as you have to go through your first eviction, you will never ever want to be a landlord again. It is very ugly to kick someone out of your property that's not paying you rent. There's a lot of hate between the tenant and the landlord at that point. It's not a pretty picture. All right. So basically, when you become a landlord, it's not as easy as it looks. Now, a lot of the people who bought those properties for Airbnb, to have an Airbnb business, they're really finding out it's not an easy game being a hotel manager, because that's what you really are. You're renting it by the day. Yeah, you get the high rents, and the high rents, they pay your mortgage, and everything pencils out as long as you can keep the people coming in, right? Okay, but they're not coming in anymore. A lot of these Airbnb properties are sitting vacant, and it's not easy to be the manager of the hotel at that point, right? It's hard work, just like it'd be hard work to be a rental landlord when you're living across the country. So when people relocate, they will sell that house. They'll sell that house. They'll sell it in a heartbeat. And just because they're locked into 3%, they're not going to keep that house, I'm telling you. And you got the obvious one. Now, who controls all the inventory right now? Well, a lot of us baby boomers, right? The millennials, they don't control a lot of the inventory yet, but it will transfer to them. Baby boomers are starting to die. They're moving into old folks' home. That inventory is going to transfer to them. Now, the argument is that prices can't go down because millennials are in the home, their prime years for buying a home. Well, I believe that's true, but the millennials cannot afford the prices that homes are at. The boomers would love to sell at these prices up here, but the millennials can only buy down here. Even if they want to pay these prices, they can't afford it. They can't qualify for the loans. So something's got to give. Now, maybe the millennials' income's going to double next year. Probably not, right? But I'm telling you, what will happen is the home prices will be a lot lower next year. There'll be a meeting of the minds at some point. It will shift. The market is shifting. Okay, so those are reasons that people think that they should buy a house right now. Run out there and buy a house right now. The other thing, these are a couple of my favorite ones that the real estate experts say, well, look at this, because the rates are at 7%. You don't need to get a 7% rate. They got these adjustables. These adjustables are down starting around 4%. For 1 year. Sure, you're going to pay 4% for 1 year, but then your mortgage rate's going to double the next year to 8%. Look, you go in there and you can afford maybe the $2,000 payment, but can you afford the $4,000 payment the next year? Once again, if your income doubles, maybe you can, but I don't think your income will double. So I don't think the adjustable rate mortgages is an argument to buy homes, but the real estate experts, they say that that's the argument to buy the homes. Now, here's really my favorite one. Here's my favorite one. Okay. Anyways, the reason you should go out and buy a home right now is because all the people with all their crypto profits, they're going to come and sell their crypto and buy a house for all cash. Now, if you have enough crypto profits to pay all cash, please leave me a comment. Just out of curiosity, I want to know how many people could sell their crypto assets and pay all cash. Do you realize that most people that own crypto assets right now, they're getting these things called margin calls? A lot of people, that's right, they buy cryptocurrency on margin. Some are levered out 50 to 1, and when the market comes down, like the last couple days, it's been dropping $2,000 a day on Bitcoin. I mean, we were at 21. Now I think we're around 17. That's just in 2 days. Look at the margin calls are starting to come in. I don't think the people are going to be selling all their crypto for all these big profits to come and pay cash for houses. But that's what they're telling you. That's what the real estate experts are saying, the reason that it's a good time to buy right now. Well, what you have going on a con game right now. It's a con game. Look at the real estate experts have conned the media into running this article to get you to jump into the marketplace. They're trying to run this big con. They want you to buy when prices are high, and then as prices come down, give it back to the bank. Look, it's not a good time to buy. When you want to make money in real estate, even if you're a house flipper or a wholesaler, the money is made when you buy it. It's not made when you sold it. No. If you buy this wrong, you're going to lose your butt. Now, it's funny. Open Door, they keep cracking me up. You know, in the third quarter of this year, they lost $1 billion. $1 billion flipping houses. Now, I shouldn't laugh. They're not the only one. Zillow lost $1 billion flipping houses, but Open Door was at $40, and now you can buy it for around $1 today. $1, you can buy Open Door, right? I think it's time they close that door. They're laying off most of their employees. I mean, it's game over. They say they're going to battle back when the market shifts and goes up to new record highs. I got news for you. We're not going to be at new record highs for at least 5 to 10 years in the housing market. We're on the downward slope, and we got a lot farther to go. But if you want to go out and buy a house, I'm not going to stop you. Look I'm a real estate broker. Come buy one from me. Why not? Look I'll make a commission. You'll lose your butt, but I'll make a commission. What do I care? I'm joking with you, but a lot of people, they think that this is a good time to buy because they're listening to the experts. The experts don't know. They just don't know, but they're conning the media into this game that they run these articles. For some reason, Yahoo wants you to go out there and they want you to buy. They want you to buy today. Go out there and buy today. Well, if you like this stuff, give me the thumbs up, everybody. If you really like it, punch that subscribe button. Look we got the CPI number coming out tomorrow. We got the election results. They'll be probably done today, maybe tomorrow. It's an exciting week. The market's going to be all over the place, and it does affect real estate. It affects it a lot. So get out there, everybody. Have a great Wednesday. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.